Oh, the J.K. Rowling. Did you guys see this? So, they've been going all over. I mean, the whole J.K. Rowling and that she's transphobic. Stop calling people names. I support J.K. Rowling. I support anybody who wants to say what they want because we're all meant to be and do whatever we want, just like my body, my choice. Whatever. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, and nobody should take that away from you, no matter who you are. Every animal born on planet is free until we capture them, right? Remember that. Apparently, Bette Midler, who's typically woke, which if you've been with me during this whole stream, then you know how I feel about woke, and I'm sure I'll be mentioning it over and over again to make sure it's very clear for those who come and find me new, and to keep our wits clear, not letting anybody like brainwash us and make us doubt ourselves. And it was nice to see Bette Midler kind of chimed in a positive way, where she tends to almost be always like the virtual signaling, and she seems to be, I guess, to the left, whatever, which seems like Hollywood thing. I get it, the artist. But Macy Gray didn't see this comment, and I was like, I thought the way she said it was perfect. You guys see this? Bette Midler, women of the world, we are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. I thought this woman was all about trans inclusive, but I'm starting to see that, hey, maybe you're starting to get it. You see what I'm saying? That's why you can't take sides. You can't just be a follower. And the words have so much power. She literally puts in caps, women of the world, exclamation. We are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name, exclamation. They don't call us women in quote anymore. They call us birthing people in quote, or menstruators in quote, and even people with vaginas in quote, exclamation. Don't let them erase you, exclamation. Every human on earth owes you, exclamation. I never like when women get too rah women stuff, because a woman brought you to the earth. It's true. And I feel you and I get it. And I really like this tweet. Good for her. I'm glad that you shared it. And I hope everybody's been sharing it, liking and retweeting it. But, the owes you, that's where I would have written it differently, because without the sperm, without the male, there wouldn't be us either. But I get the point that they carried you and they birthed you and they went through whatever they had to go through to have you here. So I'm with you, girl. But I don't like the owes you. You know what I mean? That's not positive. So I would have written it that a little bit differently. I would have been like, every human on earth is here and grateful because we had a female mother that had that experience. And it makes you a different person because you are the sum of your experiences, and in your mind, you can't just pretend to be something. It has to be the whole. I can't pretend to make a cake and throw sawdust in there. You get it? It might look like a cake. It's not a cake. And that's okay. But yeah, this getting to the point that we can be open and progressive to the fact that you're erasing people and insulting them. Honestly, it's out of control. And that's what you get when you let words be used incorrectly, inappropriately, and abused in so many levels, which is what I've been saying on this podcast and what I keep saying. The fight for women's rights is this crystal Black Lives Matter. The fight for women's right includes trans people, trans rights. Do not erode women's rights. We're all fighting this together. And this trans exclusionary rhetoric does nothing in capital letters to help that. They're really good at this pathetic use of words like rhetoric. So we're all fighting this together. What are you talking about? We're all fighting this together. Again, why are you using the word fight? Because you're a fighter. You like to fight. If not, you wouldn't be fighting and you wouldn't be using words like fighting. So you're pushing, shoving shit down people's throat. You're forcing them. That's a fight, my friend, physically or mentally or verbally. And I'm not even going to waste more time on this, but you get me where I'm going. You get it. All right. What did Macy Gray say?
As a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right. That's the thing that I found that was being said all around, and boom. And look, the way she delivered it. I mean, do you see that confidence instead of, oh, I just want to be nice and be inclusive, and I just think we could do better or upgrade? Look at the way that was delivered. That's amazing. And notice that's when you know it's not virtual signaling. It's not, I'm just going to repeat this, or I'm going to say it because it makes me look better, or that way that group that I've signed up for, agrees with me and everybody loves me for. You get it? This was so powerful. Macy, you're the bomb. Okay, hold on.
Sorry.
And look at her. Sorry. The fact that we even have to apologize for a truth, that's where we've gotten to. And I do it too. When you don't want to hurt somebody, you're like, anyway, I'm sorry, but this is how I feel. It's like, you have to say that because you just don't want a reaction from them. So that's a smart tactic. But in all honesty, that's detrimental, especially when you're on a public platform talking about something that's supposedly so public. And again, we should not be talking about these people. Let them go to clinics and specialists to help them in any way they need. We're not the experts. We're not the specialists. We should just all be telling each other, love each other, respect each other. And that's it. and not judge, and just love and not judge. That's it. That's the only thing in conversation, not this constant over and over again. I'm pushing your agenda down your throat like it's a freaking religion. I am not kidding you. That's exactly how cults and that kind of, religious fanatics react. Shove, 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 push, push, push. By all means. If I have to insult you, if I have to scream louder.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. If you want
Woo, girl, you go.
I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, that you can identify as whatever you like
You can
in
call
terms
yourself
of a
whatever you
gender,
want.
right?
Yeah,
That's the
totally.
freedom we live in.
Absolutely.
But actually you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
Well, just women go through just a completely unique experience, and surgery or finding yourself doesn't change that. Being a little girl is a whole epic book, And
I love that. I love how she said that.
You can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
I mean,
Look how sweet she is.
Like
She's a
J.K.
sweetheart.
Rowling have said this.
I get good vibes from her.
Attacked, they get abused.
Yeah.
The cancel culture mob comes from me. She gets called transphobic and so on. You might get the same for saying it.
But it's the truth. I'm not.
You don't want to give her a hug. That was such a great, great delivery. So honest, so sweet, because it's true. And it's like, look, I'm not a bad person because I'm telling you the truth. Come on. Like she's showing all that messaging, communication.
And I don't think
the truth will set you free, people. Like it or not, it will set you free. What do you want to be? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
you should be called transphobic just because you don't agree.
And that's what I talked about in my last podcast. The fact that they keep using the word transphobic incorrectly and what it actually means. They just call anybody transphobic that doesn't agree with them. That's not what the word means. I'm going to say it 1,000 times until it gets through everybody's head and everybody shares this out there, because honestly, they need to stop saying that. Phobia means fear. So study Latin, study Greek, study where the words come from, whether you're speaking in English or whatever language you're speaking in, know where the word is coming from. Break it down. At least stand strong in the fact that you know the word and you know how to use it. That's when you have power. That's when you get people to listen to you and you'll get results. You know that. I know that. We all know that, right? Can't win an argument if you don't know how to win the argument, or if you don't have a good argument because you don't have the facts, or you get what I mean? You know what it's like to win an argument, to lose an argument. What you need to win an argument. You can't just be like, whatever, here's the hand. That's clearly not winning the argument, but you might think, well, I feel like I'm winning. That's delusional. If you really want to get love, respect, empowerment, happiness, anything that's empowering, that'll improve your life, you have to use the word right. And trans means transition from the word transition. I'm telling you, I make it a point, whether I'm at a restaurant, but wherever I'm at, whoever talks to me, whoever mentions the word transphobic, I am like, say that again. Are you talking about who? What? How do you know that? I make them think real. When they're done with me, they think hard and long before they use the word transphobic in any way, whether it's accusing someone else or making an opinion or just pointing a finger. And the one I did was about the Senator Josh Hawley with that law professor. In that video, I did a twist where I'm like, look, if I was her coach, I would have told her how to say it to make her point better. That's the point. Like, I don't have to agree with you, but you need help using your words right. That's what I'm getting at. Forget about who's right and wrong, what's true or not. The J.K. Rowling part, based on that interview of Macy Gray, I don't care how many trolls, how many people abandoned her or her movies. Do you know her story? Do you actually know what she went through? How she was a single mom and how she was on welfare? If you don't, do your research and then you'll understand why people say the things that they say. I take my hat off for her. Today feels like a good day to ensure I have bought at Macy Gray's Life's entire back Cadillac fire emoji. Yes, ma'am. That's what we should be doing, sharing the love. And if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. How about that?